A slalom skier in action, as graceful as a water. Engraved in lines of grace and beauty on the blue water is a great capital letter S. S for sense, S for safety. Ski with sense, and you'll naturally ski with safety, and discover why water skiing has become one of the safest and greatest family sports in all the world. To start with, let's emphasize that there's a big difference between water skiing and snow skiing. The snow skier is entirely on his own. Once on that slope, his performance and his safety are in his own hands. But water skiing calls for a team, a driver, an observer, and the skier. The skier's performance and safety depend on the ability of these three team members to work together and do the right thing at the right time. But perhaps we're a bit ahead of our story. Water skiing starts with water, and therefore it's highly desirable for skiers to be able to swim. Though it's true that some people have first learned to ski and then learned to swim because of their enjoyment of water through skiing. Consider taking advantages of the Learn to Swim programs offered by the Red Cross and other organizations. Whether you swim well or not, it makes sense to wear a reliable life jacket or life belt whenever you go water skiing. Although the wearing of a flotation device is not a formal regulation, it sure helps after a fall and makes it a lot easier to retrieve and put on your skis in deep water. Water skiing starts with a boat and motor, too. Speaking generally, a good ski boat is relatively light, highly maneuverable, and uses a higher horsepower motor than comparable boats designed for cruising or fishing. A good speedometer is recommended because precise speeds are important when you get into competitive skiing. Among champions, the highest ordinary speed is about 35 miles per hour, and that speed only for barefoot skiing and men's jumping. Most skiers have a lot of fun at considerably slower speeds. Back-to-back seats are practical, so the observer can always face the skier. A wide-angle rear-view mirror is another important accessory, keeping the driver in constant touch with his skier. And, of course, safe and dependable steering is of paramount importance in a good ski boat. A ski boat is usually built close to the water, or, more nautically speaking, has a low freeboard. This makes it easier to retrieve skis and for the skier to climb aboard. High freeboards are designed more for heavy seas and open water. Here, a boarding ladder is a handy piece of equipment. Now for a look at some of the skier's gear. Foot binders, binder adjustments and hardware, strengthening plates, binder plates, runners, and attaching hardware should all be as simple as possible, free of sharp or protruding surfaces that could scrape or cut the skin. Ski lines and handles should be free of complicated hooks, eyes, and other devices that might entangle, catch, or cut the skier. Now let's get back to the team and the teamwork that makes water skiing the great and safe sport that it is. The captain of the team is the skier, who calls signals to the observer from the water. In gear, take up that slack. Following orders is the driver, the team's pilot upon whom so much depends. A key member of the team is the safety observer, who keeps a keen eye on the skier and relays signals to the driver. There goes the slack. Here comes the next command. Hit it! Hit it! A perfect takeoff as the ski team goes into action. A good driver makes skiing a lot more fun, and safe fun, by obeying a few simple rules. He takes off smoothly and maintains constant speed. Whenever possible, he drives in a straight line, but when a turn comes up, he makes it smooth and safe. He's constantly vigilant and knows what's going on behind him and ahead of him at all times. Gets back to a fallen skier quickly, and when he gets in close, always shuts that motor off. Even in neutral, a running motor might turn the propeller enough to cause an injury. A good ski boat driver gives clearance to this flag, bright red with a diagonal white stripe, telling him that skin divers are underwater. He respects fishermen and stays well away from them. He avoids bathing and swimming areas. There's plenty of water for everyone. The good ski boat driver keeps a safe distance from fixed objects like piers, pilings, and docks. He never questions the right-of-way of other boats. He gives them the right-of-way and takes no chances. A good boat driver never accelerates his boat while any part of the tow line is wrapped around a skier. He'll never take off until the skier is holding the handle with ski tips up in front. Even then, he'll wait for a visual or audible go-ahead signal from his skier. Now for the third member of the water ski team, the safety observer, whose job is to watch the progress of the skier, keeping the driver informed of falls and assisting him to stay clear of other boats, swimmers, or obstacles. The observer transmits the skier's signals, but doesn't distract him from the business of handling that boat. When a skier falls, the sooner that boat gets back, the better. Not only to be of assistance, but also to protect the skier against other boat traffic. Speaking of falls, they are definitely a part of skiing, so learn the right technique. When you fall, try to avoid dropping forward. Fall backward, away from your skis, to avoid hitting them and possibly picking up a cut or a bruise. Clasp your hands over your head to signal that you're okay. Then retrieve your skis as quickly as possible because they'll help keep you afloat. Always hold one ski up out of the water to warn other boats to stay clear. It's up to the driver to return the tow line to the skier as soon as possible so he can continue skiing instead of wasting energy treading water. It's best to pass him in a fairly straight line so he can clasp the tow line and let it slide through his cupped fingers until the handle comes up and is easily grasped. When ready for the driver to take up slack, the skier shouts, "In gear!" With the slack taken up, the skier either nods his head or shouts, "Hit it!" Once up on the water, the skier has signals for everything. If he wants to go faster, he holds his palm up and motions upward. If both hands are in use, nodding his head means the same thing. When the speed is okay, the skier makes the letter O with his thumb and forefinger. When he wants to slow down, here's the signal. Palm down, motion downwards. If a skier wants a certain speed, he indicates with his fingers the desired miles per hour. 2 fingers, then 3, means he wants 23 miles an hour. When a skier wants to turn, he holds his palm vertical with curving motion of his hand in the direction desired. If he's going to jump, he raises his hand up sharply, imitating the jumping arc. Now for the signal to stop. Hand up, fingers outstretched, policeman style. And to cut the motor, a finger slicing across the windpipe. If a skier wants to return to the dock, he points to the shore and gives the cut sign. When he's ready to whip off, he points to the direction, then gives quick circular motions with his hand. So we've seen water skiing as it should always be, for the utmost in fun and safety, a finely coordinated team of skier, driver, and observer, each taking turns at all positions, and each carefully following the skiways to safety. To summarize, here's William D. Clifford, Executive Manager of the American Water Ski Association. Bill?
Hi. Here's a simple truth. Water skiing is fun, but most important, it's safe. Last year, some 6 million Americans water skied, and this year they're going to be joined by many thousands more. Yet in spite of this, water skiing accidents have been held down extremely low. Even though water skiing has become a major incentive for people to buy boats and motors, skiing accidents are rare, but we must face certain facts. There can be and have been accidents and fatalities as a direct result of water skiing. But as in all accidents, whether they be in the home or on the job, they can be avoided by adhering to common sense safety practices. The vast majority of water skiing accidents can be blamed on ignorance of skiing and boat handling fundamentals, or on just plain recklessness, or on the failure of some skiers to wear life jackets and belts. It is significant that though most intensive skiing is done by organized ski clubs, commercial ski schools, or ski shows and competitive tournaments throughout this country, that they account for less than 1% of water skiing accidents. Now, there's no trick to this. The individual or family skier can have the same sort of safety record. Know what you're doing in the boat and on the skis, and use common sense. Fundamentals of water skiing and boat handling are available through the American Water Ski Association or your local ski club. Learn and practice the skiways to safety, and you'll enjoy many, many accident-free years of the greatest fun that water skiing has to offer. Whenever you see a slalom skier in action, think of that big double S. S for sense, S for safety.